Welcome to Project Pro Code Recipes. In this video, we are going to learn on how to optimize a baseline decision tree model for multi-class classification problem, as well as how to optimize a baseline decision tree model for binary classification problem. So this is my code snippet for binary class classification problem over here, and this is my code snippet for multi-class classification problem. I have copied this code and I have pasted this in my Jupyter notebook. I'll explain to you the code for multi-class classification as well as binary classification. So now let's get started with the codes. In this video, basically I'm going to optimize my decision tree model. So first, let me give you a hint of how I'm going to proceed. First, I'm going to create my own data set. Then I'm going to initialize my decision tree. I'm going to perform standard scaling, PCA decomposition, and then I'm going to finally optimize by using Gritsa CV. So now let's get started. In the first in the first one, I'm going to show to you how to do multi-class classification problem. So I'll read to you the code as well as explain it. So from sklearn I've imported my decision tree, decomposition and data set. So I'd be using decomposition to decompose, that is basically to reduce the number of features that are present in my data set. For example, if my data set contains 20 variables, all the 20 variables are not going to be significant part for my model building, and many of them are going to be redundant. So in order to reduce the number of basically in order to reduce the number of variables, we use decomposition. But remember, decomposition saves you a lot of time as the calculations become easier for my model. But it can also reduce your basically it can also reduce your accuracy. So you have to choose between time complexity and accuracy. And from sklearn imported data sets, so data set contains preloaded data sets, as well as it sklearn provides me the liberty to make my own data set for classification, regression and clustering. So from sklearn I imported trees. Now this tree contain decision. So decision tree, basically I would be using decision tree in this. So from sklearn.pipeline I imported pipeline. So pipeline is basically used for road mapping your task. In pipeline, you can say pipeline is a function in which you just put your data set and you create a roadmap for that in the pipeline function, and but the pipeline takes care for that. Now from sklearn.model selection I've imported Gritsa CV. Now I have hundreds of parameters. I cannot go to write codes for each of these parameter and then check my accuracy. So in order to avoid that, we use Gritsa CV. There are two methods for hyperparameter tuning. One is Gritsa CV and one is random search CV. There's one more method which is known as Bayesian optimization, but we will stick to Gritsa CV over here. So Gritsa CV basically Gritsa CV basically makes list of all the combinations of the parameters that you provide, builds model on each and every combinations, and finally gives you the best result. I'd be using cross validation score to measure my validation score. Basically this is useful for checking whether my model is overfitting or not. Then from sklearn pre-processing I would import standard scaler. So standard scaler basically, now consider you have 10 variables. All variables are on different scales. For example, one variable is between 0 0 to 1, whereas the other is between 100 to 1000. So in order to scale them to a similar value, we use standard scaler. Standard scaler basically makes sure that your weights are initialized to every variable in a uniform manner. Now I'm creating my data set over here. So data sets dot make classification, then n samples. This means I want 10,000 samples. I want 20 features. 5 should be informative. I want 2 redundant. Redundant means basically these be linear combinations of any of these 20 features. N repeated, there should be no repeated features. N class is equal to 10. This is, since it is a multi-class classification problem, I have chosen n class is equal to 10. Now random state is equal to none. So now this gives me two outputs, x and y, which I have saved under the name x and y. So dataset 0 is the feature matrix, the dataset y is the target matrix. Now initialize my standard scalar under the name SC and PCA decomposition, PCA under the name PCA. So decompositions dot PCA. PCA stands for principal component analysis. For example, you have you have 8 variables. So basically, it is a problem in 8D plane. So if you reduce the number of PCA to be 2, it switches it to basically it converts that 8D plane to a 2D plane. So it also makes sure that your data has the maximum variance. So while reducing the number of dimensions, it makes sure that it selects that data points. It basically reduces the data points in such a manner that they have maximum variance, because we want our data set to have maximum variance so that we can capture as much as pattern as possible. Now classifier under the name D3CLF. Now here I'm creating my pipeline. So pipeline, what should be my steps should be first perform standard scaling, then perform PCA. So always remember, before applying PCA you need to standard scale your function, sorry, standard scale your data set. Then I will apply D3 classifier. Now n components, since this n components, I'm creating this n components for my PCA. So basically you need to specify PCA, for example 5 or 6. But I also want but here I want to get the optimum number of components of my model. So what I'll do, I won't give a number by myself in PCA, whether I will use grid search CV. So I'm going to do that. So n components is equal to list. Basically I'm creating a list and I'm using the range function from one dot x dot shape. X dot shape will give me the shape of my this data set. Then one will give me 0 and 1, then one will give me my column name and till 1. Okay, so basically this means from range 1 to the last number of my data set, my last column of my data set, vary all the components and give me the best component. Now criteria, here I'm using the criteria. Basically this is a measure of impurity. So Gini and entropy. Basically entropy measures how tidy your data is, means how distributed or how much randomness your data contains. Whereas Gini measures that if I'm going to randomly select a feature, randomly select variables, uh, what is the probability that it is going to wrongly classify. So maximum depth 4, 6, 8 and 10. Basically maximum depth gives information about the number of splits. So the more the number of depths, the more the number of splits, and the more data your decision tree captures. But remember, when you use too many of maximum depth, or when you increase the value of maximum depth to too much, it also leads to overfitting, as a decision tree cannot help, has no regularization parameter which prevents it from being overfitted. Now parameters. So parameter is equal to dictionary. So PC underscore n components is equal to n components. So before passing it into grid search, you need to create a dictionary of parameters. Then D3 classifier criteria under the name criterion, on decision tree classifier maximum depth under the name maximum depth. So after that I'm initializing my grid search CV. So CLF is equal to grid search CV. Then you need to pass the pipeline and then the parameter. So remember I was saying grid search CV and random search CV. So I explained to you what grid search CV is. And random search CV randomly selects parameters from the list of parameters that you provide and then builds model on that. So basically it doesn't iteratively goes over all possible parameters. It mainly relies on random of it believes that randomly selecting parameters for hyperparameter tuning can also give you a better result. Then clf.fit, I'm using my classifier dot fit x and y. Print best number of components. So clf.best estimator, this will give me my best number of components for my PCA, for my principal component analysis. Dot get params. Then print clf.best estimator dot get params. So basically you need to use this best estimator function, then get parameters function, to give you the best parameters for this and best parameter for n components. Now CV. So I'm also performing cross validation. I could have also used cross validation along with grid search CV, but here I want to show that how to perform cross validation alone. So I'm defining a function cross validation, then x and y. CV is equal to 3, that is I want to perform 3 cross validations. Njobs is equal to -1, that is do all the possible parallel computations. Scoring measure is accuracy, basically it is used for classification problem. I could have if I would have been doing regression problem, I could have used mean squared error. Now CV equal to 3. Now let me explain to you how cross validation works. So if I pass CV equal to 3, basically it splits my data into three smaller data sets. It trains on 2 and tests on 1, and perform iteratively iteratively goes for all the different combinations of these three. So basically if I put CV equal to 4, 4C1, that is it is going to perform 4 value, it is going to perform 4 iterations, training every time taking three data set, picking up three data sets and training on them, and then selecting one for testing. So in this way it makes sure that my model captures all the patterns of these data sets as well as it from being overfitted. Now CV result, this will give me my result. CV result dot mean, this calculates the mean and then this standard deviation. Now before going through the result, let's see what binary classification is. So all the compositions are going to be the same. The only difference is here is, for when I am making my data set, I just need to pass my n class is equal to 2, because it is a binary classification problem. Initially it was a multi-class classification problem, so I passed n class is equal to 10. Now it is a binary classification problem. Rest everything is going to be the same. For you can see maximum depth is same, criteria is same, is all. So let's start seeing the result from this side. Now you can see my result is 0.8235, 0.85, 0.8125. My mean of result is 0.829 and standard deviation is 0.17. Now for multi-class classification problem, you can see my model performed very poorly, as decision tree is not a very good method or not a very good model for going for a multi-class classification problem, as it uses only a single tree. If I would have used a random forest, it could have performed much better, as it uses a number of decision trees in random forest. I could have also gone for Gritsa CV or XGBoost, but here I needed to show you how to optimize a decision tree model. So you can see the results are this. Now this was all about codes in this video. For more industry relevant projects, you can visit our website, and for more code recipes like this, you can visit our website as well as our YouTube channel. You can also use this click here function to submit your request for your customized code in case you don't find it on our website. So if you have any suggestion, please do write it in the comment. We'll make new videos regarding your taking your suggestion in considerations. So thank you.